there?
Me? Here?
Yes.
With my reputation?
No.
Well, who the bloody hell are you then?
Never mind who I am, Clarice. Who are you? Wherefore art thou? You seem to be having trouble with your family, Clarice. Why?
Silence! I am in charge here.
Do you feel in charge?
Yes, that's quite enough of that. What do you want?
It's not about what I want, stranger. From now on, it's all about what you want.
Explain yourself, stranger! This is madness to me! Madness, I say!
Are you stressed? Are you weighed down by your mask of happy tears as it tugs on the crushed mud pack of your angry tears? Are you having trouble making your mind up? Well, you don't have to. Ever. With new. Wubba-dubba!
Wubba-dubba?
That's the spirit. You want cake? You want to have a cake? You've already eaten your cake, but you still want one? No problem! Wubba-dubba! Now you have someone else's cake. That's not fair, you say? Wubba-dubba! Doesn't matter. With Wubba-dubba, you can finally shift those stubborn ideas like fairness and reciprocity, while still masquerading as someone who stands for those ideas. Watch this.
Oi! Oi! How would you like it if someone did that to you?
Wubba-dubba!
Egads! Debunked!
Wanna cheer enthusiastically for mob violence? Wanna look away with cold indifference from a recordably repeated pattern of mob violence? Suddenly feel like stamping your feet and calling for heads to roll because of mob violence? With Wubba-dubba, you can do it all, ladies and gentlemen. You too can experience the whole gamut of human emotional fluctuations and many, many more. No longer will you be tied down by just one rusty old principle that keeps you stunted and rigid and consistent. You know the scene. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Wednesday afternoon, life is good, the weather is just so. You're putting your feet up and relaxing with a nip of your favourite blended malt of public hypocrisy, when all of the sudden those verminous fascists start pointing at it and saying, public hypocrisy!
Hi, my name's Clem. I used to worry that capriciously changing my definition of things like evidence and peaceful protest and killing people was in some way intellectually dishonest of me. But thanks to Dr. Suave's patented Wubba-dubba program, I don't got to worry about those gosh darn speechers explaining to me what I've done wrong. I just throw my head back, make a god-awful noise like a gorilla trying to play the didgeridoo, and my conscience is as clean as a whistle. Wubba-dubba! Thanks, Doctor. I would clap for you, but one side of my body is completely numb.
There you have it, friend. Have you made a mistake recently? A terrible, horrifying series of mistakes that would break your mind forever if you was ever to admit to making it? No, you didn't. No, you did not, my friend. Welcome to the wonderful world of Wubba-dubba. Are you standing in the shadow of a towering elemental of lies, encroaching like an unstoppable colossus on your wide-open city gates? Are you being rapidly closed in on by a one-party government media sandwich that you're not allowed to criticize, and you wouldn't dream of criticizing anyway because you voted for them, and that cannot possibly be a mistake? What you need, some kind of political enemy, but alas, you've already declared your undying devotion to the one and only party, even though they'll never take you back because you said naughty things on the internet 6 years ago. Do you have an insatiable need to talk loud shit about authority, but in practice you are forbidden from talking any shit about the actual authorities? Don't worry! There's a small, undefined identity of losers in a dark corner of the internet, and you can make them your enemy instead. Just make a list, a mental list, if you will, and of any and all personalities in a small cliquey circle of the internet against whom you hold a grudge, or elsewhere in your personal life. It doesn't matter. You can change who is and is not on the list whenever you feel like it, and for any reason. It doesn't matter. You just need an idea in your head of bad people who deserve to suffer, a completely undefined idea, so that it can mean anyone and everything except the actual authorities, who incidentally are already banning and shadow banning those bad people. It doesn't matter. See, that way, when Black Lives Matter, funded by the world's richest corporations and administrations and other such authorities, it comes fireballing through your residential street and leaves it looking like several bombs just went off, and I mean every time it happens, what you can do is you can stand back casually and wait patiently until you see a couple of losers on the internet saying, hey, maybe someone should be punished for this? And hey, presto! You have your authoritarian enemy in the palm of your hand. How dare you suggest punishment for organised mass violence, you absolute fascist / red pillar / skeptic, and so on and so on. And then, when the police, the federal police no less, are supposed to be protecting a federal building, no less, a federal building that's apparently extremely important and beloved, if you're not an authoritarian. I don't. but oh dear, what's this? The oiks seem to have moved a section of the 3-foot barrier that we balanced on the asphalt to keep them out. Oh well, there's nothing we can do about it. That's it, lads. They've breached our defences. We're beaten. You know the drill. Just stand down. Let's just say nothing and slowly reverse into the building, the one we're trying to protect. Oh, they're following us. Oh, look at that. Of the 200,000 people out here, some of them are following us through the building into which we are meekly leading them. Oh, well. Might as well just take some selfies. You know the drill. What? What's that? Storming? Oh, yeah. No. It's storming. That's exactly what's happening. Set off all the panic alarms. Code red. It's a storm out here. Click. What you can do now, dear customers, believe it or not, is you can stand on your highest public platform with 2 hands clasped around your roaring jaws and unambiguously demand that those people be punished to the full extent of the law, whatever that happens to be, punished for perambulating confusedly through the very seat of authority itself, doing it once and only once, and leaving it, after a couple of hours, looking like a frat party went off for a couple of hours. You too, darlingest of customers, can stand on the tip of the head of your highest horse and call for the blood of those people, while at that very moment their blood is actually being spilt. Either by being shot to death by the police or by some kind of quote-unquote health problem. One man was pushed to his death from a balcony by the police. That kind of health problem. And guess who the authoritarians are in that scenario? You'll never guess. It's not the people calling for punishment this time. It's not even the police. It's the people who are already being punished. Punished with death. They're the people who need to be punished more than them already being punished with death. I know I went through that whole paragraph just now where it's the opposite. But guess what, my friend? I think you know what. What's the only thing you need to say? Say it with me.
Wubba dabba!
Wubba dabba!
Wubba dabba!
With Wubba dabba, TM, you will always have a reason to be authoritarian, and you will always have a reason to pretend you're not being authoritarian. You can always force your authoritarianism on someone else, and you can judge them for their own authoritarianism at the same time, in the same fell swoop. It is the beauty, grace, and divine truth of Wubba dabba. Just apply it to the affected area liberally, and voila! It does have to follow the rules that you don't. It's not the rule makers who are the authoritarians. It's not the enforcers who are the authoritarians. It's not even the hordes of outraged junkies demanding the authorities flex their muscles again. No, the authoritarians are... It's simply whichever nobodies on the internet have pissed you off lately. And, an Orange Man. Orange Man and anyone I freely associate with Orange Man, but not the other guy. Not the guy I voted for represents 80 million Americans. Yeah, and they're 80 million legitimate votes. The other guy, no. The other guy doesn't represent any votes that matter. So when the authorities speak of disappearing everyone who voted for him or enabled him, we are not talking about 70-odd million Americans. We're only talking about that one unimportant man and an ever-changing amorphous list of former friends of mine who I want to see suffer. But no, my guy does represent millions of real people. But the other guy does not. That is how it works in my mind, as I have publicly stated. And I don't even need any evidence for this. For this staunchly pro-democratic patriotism of mine. No, sir. I have never been a hypocrite. Not about anything. That is impossible. It would mean I'm not better than you. Or better than average, shall we perhaps say, in another cryptic context. Wubba dabba! Wubba dabba, the snake oil concentrate that looks and tastes just like a logical fallacy. Well, it's obviously nothing like a logical fallacy. It's very clearly just whatever, I do what I want. This is that squeezed into a single word that makes it sound like it isn't that. But we have to pretend we're being intellectual when we're blatantly being Eric Cartman. How else are we supposed to be massive transparent hypocrites about everything but still convince anyone to give a shit about our laughably deluded tribalistic opinions, let alone force everyone to do what we say? Wubba dabba. It is how totalitarianism works. Both in reality and in that delightful dystopian science fiction that I read so much. And now you know why. I've found one of the terrorists in question, by the way. His name is Penguin Books. We'll give you his address and social security number as soon as we can dig it up, but we've established that his name is Penguin Books. He and his cult of personality should be erased from existence as soon as possible. He's nothing but an authoritarian grifter who wrote nothing but propaganda. All he did was just whine. He just went on whining about, they're hypocrites. Oh, wow, they're being hypocrites at me. Save me. And yeah, he has nothing else to say. And in any case, no him. Order wubba dubba today and get 6 free cases of No You. Welcome to limitless, unstoppable, omnipresent unaccountability. You are going to have the time of your lives, folks, right up until the poverty thing and the death thing. I wonder how many of you can die still thinking you were saving lives. And while I'm here, are you interested in renewing your subscription to Everyone I Don't Like Is a Fascist Weekly? After all, those people, those other people over there are outraged in the name of fairness and electoral transparency. You, on the other hand, are busy being outraged over the desecration of symbols of the state and nothing else. And they're the fascists. This is absolutely an extremely popular opinion, sir. It's wonderful to welcome you back into the fold. We totally will not betray you again and again and again by calling you a fascist for the liberties you were espousing 6 years ago. Goodbye. Good luck. And though I do say this in so very much vain, please do